How does the acreage property give you security?
Acreage properties give you security in a variety of ways. First of all, we have financial security. So, we always say that uh, acreage and land appreciates. A house depreciates. We don't like to think of that, but really what's appreciating is the land underneath the house. Houses get older, they get dated. There's like new things that come up with houses. There's new styles of houses. There's new, dining rooms are dying. People don't have dining rooms anymore. People like the open. Used to be compartmentalized. Um, Used to be bedrooms were getting huge. Bedrooms are getting smaller again. So there's media rooms now. So things change with houses all the time. But land appreciates, and the more acreage you have, the greater likelihood that you have a greater rate of appreciation. So you got financial security, and there's that old adage, they're not making any more of it, so there's scarcity, and that's why it keeps on going up in value. It actually provides like actual security. When you have an acreage property, usually there's one way in and there's one way out, and that's what's really unique about an acreage property. So sometimes you have multiple entrances, but usually with an acreage property, there's one driveway going all the way into the place, and there's one way out. If somebody goes up that driveway, they better have a good reason for going back up in there, and they better have an escape plan. If you're in a regular subdivision, no one's going to think of anything if you drive by, 10, 15 houses or whatever. You're in a residential subdivision. But if you have an acreage property and somebody's going up that driveway, there better be a reason for them to be in there. Another thing with acreage property, you're in control. You're in control of who comes and who goes. And, there's some trade-offs. I mean, wonderful neighborhoods and the kids all play together and everything. But when you own an acreage property, you're deciding who your kids are going to see. You're just, who they're going to visit. You're deciding who comes over. So there's actual security in that guard. Um, there's security in you can have a garden. I know this is kind of like apocalyptic stuff and everybody. You could raise your own animals. You can have chickens. You can have pigs. You can have cows. um, you can have a garden. You can grow your own food. You can have egg production, and also you can hunt. I mean, so those are things that there's extra security in knowing that if you have an acreage property, you could provide some either additional food or food in the worst cases scenarios. Um, we kind of discussed it before, but with an acreage property, there are less people. With less people, we have less crime. There's the chances of you being a victim of any kind of crime, and just the overall natural demographics of someone that owns an acreage property. This People that own acreage properties are into security. They're into personal protection. If you get in the more urban areas, there are many houses. It's a target-rich environment. Um, the criminals are not going out to the country and going down those long driveways and looking for an easy score. They know that person is not going to be the same as an urban person. So, and yeah, I think the average acreage property owner is known for wanting security and protection, and I think the criminals are aware of that. So there's a lot of different ways that acreage properties provide security. We got like the financial, the food production, the control, and just the natural level of protection.